I'm doing pop culture, entertainment, Depp vs. Heard, things like that. This here is from Inside the Magic. It's called Harry Potter Fantastic Beasts Dead as Wizarding World franchise reportedly ends from November 7th, 2022. Now, I've got mixed feelings because I kind of like J.K. Rowling. So, when she fails, I'm not that happy. However, they did cut out Johnny Depp, so that's a big negative for me. So as far as the franchise itself, I'm pretty neutral. Wouldn't really care either way what happened to it if Johnny wasn't involved. But obviously Inside the Magic here does blame Johnny. They also blame a few other things, like Ezra Miller and the controversies. So let's see what they got. It may all be over for Harry Potter and the Wizarding World as fans know it, as shocking claims from Warner Bros. Seemingly confirm the end of the franchise. At one time, the Harry Potter series was the jewel in Warner Bros. Crown, the story about the boy wizard, his journey to the magical Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and battle against Lord Voldemort first entered the pop culture sphere way back in 1997 when author J.K. Rowling released the first book in her novel series, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Alright, so there's a little history for you. Why not? Not like I talk about the history so much of Harry Potter. And by the way, I've never seen it. I don't watch it, but I do admire the world, the creativity, and what went into the conception of it, things like that. And then they go on to say that it used to be a huge franchise that made billions, which is good because not every franchise hits billions very easily. Let's just say, pretty successful. But then they gotta mention Johnny. The once sparkling Harry Potter enterprise has lost support from millions worldwide due to the continued controversy surrounding Rowling, as well as disputes around actors like Johnny Depp and Ezra Miller. Well, I guarantee you, Johnny Depp didn't lose any fans. Johnny Depp, if he stayed in the movie when the controversy with you know who was going on and the allegations, well, that would have brought back and kept in millions. Because Johnny, these people all forget, like I keep saying over and over, has tens and millions of fans just waiting and dying to support whatever he's in. So, Inside the Magic, Rolling Stone, Newsweek, those type of places would be smart to say, hey, you know what? Johnny had a huge legal victory in Virginia. It was a 6-week case. Even if they don't want to get on his side, let's stop with the negativity. But if they want to do so, okay, that's on them. And they get into some things J.K. Rowling said about the controversy around things I can't really talk about in such detail, but I like the way they phrase it here, let's just say that. J.K. Rowling has faced consistent backlash over the last few years after speaking about her views on sex, gender, and the transgender community, so I like they don't say isms and phobics and things like that. They just plainly put it factually, so alright, pretty good writing here, in my opinion. Well, I should say pretty good explanation, rather. The controversy left her relatively shut out from her last venture with Warner Bros., the third installment in the Fantastic Beasts series, Fantastic Beasts and the Secrets of Dumbledore, which was due in 2022, with the author becoming increasingly attached from the wizarding world she carefully curated over the last 2 decades. They also say Grindelwald, as a character in general, who Mads played and Johnny played at one point, has been met with lukewarm reception. And hey, let's get real. Johnny was great in the role, we all like Johnny, but it wasn't really the best role for him to play. I didn't see the full movie, but from what I did see, compare that to one of Johnny's like really good roles, like Jack Sparrow, Donnie Brasco. Even his new role, Minamata, was like amazing. So I could see how the character didn't really do so well. And again, they have to mention Johnny was facing controversies. They mention the court case, of course, and they still go on about how Johnny was facing controversies. I don't think they mentioned Johnny won the case. That would have been a good detail to leave in, wouldn't it? But alright. However, they do mention Ezra Miller had erratic behavior and alleged illegal activities. But even so, even though I'm not a fan of Ezra Miller, I just tend to think stuff like that doesn't really take a huge hit when you're talking about the fan base. Let's just take something like I really like. Let's say Dune. I really want to see Dune 2. I'm really looking forward to it. It's one of the movies I'll see in the theaters. If some actor has a controversy in the movie, I'll be like, that's too bad, but I really want to see this thing. It's got to be a really big controversy to actually get me to be like, I can't see this now. Like in the case of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, it was huge. So in that case, I'll be judging those products that come out. But I guess I'm kind of defending Ezra Miller in a little sense. I just got to keep it real. If it's something people really want to see, it takes a lot for an actor to turn them off so much they don't see it anymore. They also do mention it hasn't looked so good for Fantastic Beasts anyway. Even at its successful point, it just wasn't doing that great. And they mention Variety says there are no active discussions to make a new Harry Potter movie, which is probably where they got the title from, that the franchise is ending. And they end here. So while the current Fantastic Beasts franchise is seemingly dead, there is hope for Harry Potter fans. However, Warner Bros.' continued relationship with Rowling may do more harm than good for the movie studio. And as for those hoping to see the full story between Dumbledore and Grindelwald unfold, it seems that will be going no further. Well, Johnny fans weren't watching it anyway. And the only reason some of them were was because of Johnny. Because again, let's keep it real. How many of the Johnny fans out of the millions and millions also happen to be fans of this franchise? They were fans of the franchise because Johnny was in it. Let's have a wake-up call for Warner Bros. Inside the Magic. Just kidding. There's going to be no wake-up call. Doubt they'll change. But we'll support what we want. Let me know what you think down below. Doing shout-outs, special thanks, things like that. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. Doing some movie news, Depp vs. Heard, pop culture, things like that. If you don't subscribe, I'll be sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.